Hey everybody, so today is the day when I give you my worst movies of 2020. And these are the movies that were disappointing, that I really didn't like, that were tough to sit through, whatever it might be. 2020 is really the worst of everything in in any list, just 2020. But there were some films that I really didn't enjoy. And so some of these will probably be pretty controversial, but let's check it out. At number 13, I have Tenet. I know, shocking. I didn't enjoy this film. I couldn't understand it. I thought it was too loud. I thought it was blaring. I didn't think the script made any sense. I didn't feel for any of the characters. I thought that most of the characters were just one note and flat. You had your one note villain. You had your character literally named the protagonist. So he's pretty one note. I don't know. I didn't like it. And I'm glad that other people found all this great stuff from it. But I thought it was not good. I did not enjoy it. So it is number 13. Number 12, I have Kajillionaire. And I just didn't think this movie was funny. I thought it was really obnoxious. I thought it repeated the same jokes over and over and over again. I didn't like any of the characters. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. So it is number 12. Number 11 is Dolittle. I didn't ever review this film because I literally fell asleep for probably 30 minutes of the movie. I thought it was really boring. And the parts that I was awake for, I didn't enjoy. I certainly didn't enjoy that whole scene with the dragon and the flatulence. What on earth? It wasn't for me. And his weird voice, I don't understand. So that is number 11. Number 10, I have Godmothered. I thought this movie had a lot of potential. I even did a trailer reaction for it. But they had one joke that she was a bad godmother and then did nothing with it. It was not funny at all. And I just thought it was such a missed opportunity. You have two talented people in Jillian Bell and in Ella Fisher, and it's just the same thing over and over and over again and not funny. I don't understand why they couldn't have come up with a better script. It's like they had the idea and that's where their ingenuity stopped, is at the idea. And you can't. It made me appreciate Elf and Enchanted much more because this was, I thought, extremely disappointing. Number 9, I have Downhill. I'm told that the original, I think, Dutch film is or Swedish film is very, very funny. I've never seen that, but it can't be worse than this. I didn't like the two of them together at all. I didn't like the conflict. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't think it was enjoyable. I think it was insightful about marriage or anything like that. And so it is my number 9. Number 8, I have Artemis Fowl. I think this is so frustrating because it had so much potential. There was so much there that they could have told a good story, but instead it was like the setup for a pilot for a television show, that you're getting introduced to all the characters, but then there's no story. And so I don't know how it got so lost. Very frustrating with a great cast. How could they not make it better? I don't know. Number 7 is Hillbilly Elegy. This movie, I just didn't enjoy it at all. I think that if it was trying to be a story about a man getting out of poverty, I don't think they told that story very well. To me, it was about wallowing in these people's misery and just a tiny bit about how he got out of it. I think there's so many better movies like October Sky or something like that that show the actual progression of the character. This was just him dealing with his mother and her destructive tendencies over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't know, I found it really, really distasteful and unpleasant and unenjoyable. I didn't like it. So Hillbilly Elegy is my number 7. My number 6 is Hubie Halloween. The minute I heard Adam Sandler with this voice in this movie, I was immediately turned off. I mean, it was so annoying. And there's a couple funny jokes, but for the most part, I didn't laugh. And that's the job of a comedy, is to make me laugh. And I just found all the characters very annoying. And so I didn't enjoy it. So that's why it's number 6. Number 5, I have Unhinged. A lot of people seem to have enjoyed this movie. And it does have some good thriller moments. I just found the whole thing so distasteful and so unpleasant. It was not for me. And people are like, "Oh, it's just a B movie. It doesn't have any higher ambitions." I disagree. I mean, they spend the whole first uh, I don't know, 5 minutes or so of this movie talking about the greater the greater world and how we treat each other in this montage and dramatic music and stuff like that. I mean, to me, it's definitely trying to say something about the world. And then at the end, when basically the girl has sort of learned her lesson and isn't going to treat people the way that she treated people with when she learns and to not honk the way that she did at the end, I thought that was awful. I really didn't like it. And I think that the movie was definitely trying to say something about modern life. And I found it very distasteful and unpleasant, and I didn't enjoy it at all. So I have it at number 5. Number 4, I have Love, Wedding, Repeat. This is romantic comedy with very little romance, with very little humor. So it fails on both the romance and the comedy part of romantic comedy. I really disliked all of the characters. I didn't care about any of their romantic entanglements, and I just thought it was so unpleasant to watch. So it's my number 4. My number 3 is The Wrong Missy, has one of the most annoying characters of recent memory in Missy. I thought that she was terrible, and the idea that David Spade is some kind of sex god is ridiculous, and all these beautiful women are falling over. I mean, he's perfectly fine, normal looking human, but I mean, the whole thing was just such an ego trip. And I didn't think it was funny. And the job of a comedy is to make me laugh. And I didn't laugh at all. I found it incredibly irritating and annoying. Number 2, I have Horse Girl. I just hated this movie. I hated its pretensions. I hated its message. I hated every step. It just got worse and worse and worse and more pretentious along the way. I didn't think it had anything interesting to say. I thought it was just well-meaning, and they tried, but I just found the whole experience to be so unpleasant and so long and just not for me. So my least favorite movie of 2020 is Desperados. This is another rom-com that I hated. I thought it was awful. All of the humor, I was just vulgar and unpleasant and not funny at all. And I mean, even they even managed to make dolphins unpleasant. Just everything in this movie was unpleasant. I it's not really the actor's fault, but they couldn't save it, that's for sure. And Anna Camp, she had a horrible year. I really disliked her performance in Lovebirds, and I really hated her performance here. She just needs to be careful, because I think she had a horrible 2020. And I she can be funny. I love the first Pitch Perfect movie, but I just didn't like this movie at all. It is not for me, and it's one of the worst rom-coms I think I've probably ever seen in my life. So that makes it the worst movie of 2020 for me, was Desperados. And so let me know what you think. It's a pretty controversial list, I realize, but I'm just talking about my enjoyment level, what I got out of a film, and the ones that I didn't care for. So there you go. That is my top 13 or bottom 13 films of 2020. Let me know your least favorite in the comments section. And if you want to talk on Twitter, that's also an option. So check that out. And please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And we also have our Patreon group and merch store. And that's also very, very appreciated. So thank you so much. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.